considered before constructed any constructed wetland. So our next question is from Nikhil Madan. Nikhil Madan, you
Good
can ask your
afternoon, sir.
question.
Good good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So I
Building,
guess like Devinder, sorry,
Yes.
I'm interrupting. You should
am I
ask
audible?
like to whom they wish to ask this question. Okay.
To
Okay,
all the panelists,
students.
anyone can answer.
Okay.
Anyone can.
This question is for all the panelists or students. If you have any question, particular specific question you want to ask to any panelist, just mention the name of
No,
the
no, it
panelist
is.
you want to ask your question.
My question is open to all the panelists.
Okay. So, sir, the student
So
is saying that his question is open to all the panelists.
Okay.
Yes, please ask.
my question is building wetlands comes at a cost. So sir, what are its environmental and economical costs which arises while building a wetland? Artificial, basically.
See, if I have to answer, I will ask you a counter question. Okay, how you will get rid of your wastewater or the pollutant which is deteriorating your environment? Okay, and you
So
estimate the
your voice is
cost. No, you estimate that cost and the cost of wetland. Okay, here the constructed wetland is not like
hello.
for.
Yes, Nikhil. Sir is answering your question.
So your voice is not audible, sir. It's
Okay,
cracking a lot.
so
Maybe
okay,
it's problem with your network because
I think
we
there is
can
a
hear, sir.
network issue, right? Yes, yes, I need to check it.
Okay, we are recording this session, so your answer you can look for your answer in the recording also. Okay, so next
Okay.
question, which is from our other student Vansika Singh. She want to ask about the events that led to this convention. So Vansika, you can ask your question. Vansika,
Yes, sir. So my
yes, sir.
question would be to Rita ma'am. Otherwise, any panelist can answer it. I just wanted to know that what were the events that led to the Ramsar Convention to happen? Like, if it, as ma'am said, that it was the first international convention, so there must be some huge losses of huge scarcity of water. Like, what were the reasons?
Rita ma'am, can you hear this question? Rita ma'am, please unmute yourself. Rita ma'am, can you hear us?
You can take the next question. We'll get back to Vanshika.
Okay. So next question is from Kaushal. This question is regarding the peatlands and the wetlands. So Kaushal, you can ask your question.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my question is open for all the panelists, and my question is how peatlands are different from wetlands, or are they similar to each other?
actually I am not having any idea about that. So
Okay,
because
sir,
I
I can
mostly
answer
I
this question.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Kaushal, actually, these peatlands, they are part of this wetland. If you see the classification of the wetland, so these lands, these peatlands, they belong to the wetlands, means they are part of these wetlands. So they are not different, but they are part of these wetlands. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So our next question is from Kiran Sharma. She want to ask about the implementation of what should the implementation we should do for the increment of the wetlands. So Kiran, I'm not clear about your question, so you can ask your question.
So I wanna ask that what implementations should be done for the increment of the wetlands in India or in the whole world, we can say.
Okay, you want to know how we can increase the wetlands area,
Yeah,
right?
So
exactly, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, so
Okay.
simple thing is like I will say, you should know the value of wetland, and if you will know the value of wetlands or their function and their and then correlate it with cost, and if you will know the value of that wetland, then definitely you the number will increase, and then their protection will be enhanced.
Can I answer now? I think I should be audible now.
Thank you, ma'am. The question was from Vansika.
Yeah.
So, Vansika, you can ask your question. Rita ma'am is here.
I heard the question.
Okay,
I
okay, ma'am.
heard the
Okay.
question.
Yeah.
Okay, so the answer is in Iran and France. At that time, people were dumping lot of waste in the wetlands, and that was affecting the migratory birds. So, considering that, many nations realized that the migratory birds have stopped coming to their countries or to the wetlands. As many of you must be aware of the work of Raquel Carson, who wrote the book Silent Spring,
Fine.
there also she had correlated the disappearance of birds with spraying of DDT. So similar thing, and that was in 1962, and this was in 1971. So the awareness had started from 1962 after the book Silent Spring was released, that many agricultural wastes were spoiling the wetlands and making the migratory birds less and less in the country. So that was the reason. And another student who asked a question about construction of wetland, I can answer for him also. It's not necessary that we have to spend a lot of money in construction of wetland. In fact, I did a pilot project in Lakshmi Dairy in East Delhi, where the effluent from the uh, thing was taken out, and it was by remediation, by using sedges and other grasses. By remediation, the water was cleaned by having this constructed artificial wetland. So it was a very only bricks were put below and a sheet, not much of expenditure. And since it was a small project, it was easy to clean the water, and it was used for toilets and for watering the garden. So it's not necessarily always to have a very big budget construction. We can go for smaller these things also. That's all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I'm
Thank
adding
you.
to your answer, first answer, because you raised this point about the migratory birds. So that's why this Ramsar Convention that is related with the conservation of the waterfowl habitats.
Yeah.
So yes, ma'am. So next question is from Shyam Divedi. His question is regarding the Montrex record. So Shyam, are you there? You can ask your question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Shivam.
Yes, sir. Uh, my question. Hello. Good evening. Good evening, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening.
Ma'am, my question is that can a wetland be struck off the Montreux record?
I couldn't hear you properly. What did you say?
Ma'am, I said, can a wetland be struck off the Montreux record?
Extra?
No, no,
No,
no.
ma'am. Actually, I got his point. He wants to know. His question is: can a wetland be struck off from the Montex record? Means, can
Yeah,
we
it's
change
moved.
the status of a wetland? Means, can we
Yeah,
add
yeah,
or
of
remove?
course.
Yes.
Yeah, that is why it is maintained every year. And Chilka Lake was removed from the record because it had become degraded. So once they rehabilitated it, then again it was brought to Montreal record. So obviously that
Oh,
thing keeps happening. And in fact, now in last few years, about 12 wetlands, Ramsar sites from Uzbekistan and all, that area, they have been removed from Montreal record because they were becoming degraded and polluted.
okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you. So our next question is from Nikhil Madan. He wants to ask the how we can enhance the quality of a wetland ecosystem. So Nikhil.
Whom does he want to answer?
Nikhil, are you there? Okay, ma'am. I guess Nikhil is not there. So his question was how we can enhance the quality and the growth of a wetland ecosystem.
Mainly, he wants how to have a sustainable wetland ecosystem. Obviously, you must have all the abiotic and biotic components in place, and we should not by any way degrade the ecosystem by pollution or industrial activities or withdrawing water. So nothing should be done which will harm its natural behavior. So the ecosystem should maintain its flow of energy. There should be enough components in the food chain, and there should be cyclic flow of minerals. So all that function of the ecosystem should be there, and then only it will be sustainable. And if it is sustainable, then it is well maintained. So I think that's the answer.
Okay, ma'am. So because we have time limitation, so we are taking this last question. So this is from Utkarsh Shukla. Utkarsh, you may ask your question.
A very good evening to all the panelists, and thank you also because if practically saying I was even ignorant about the meaning of wetland before this meeting was decided. So here we
You
were
should
talking
thank your
about.
teachers.
Thank you, teachers.
Thanks goes to all. Yes.
So, with regard to the rural areas, like we were discussing about the some natural wetlands which are naturally available and some which are artificially constructed. We were more concentrated on talking about the city areas where these wetlands can be useful. So, with regard to the rural areas where like we have the resources in abundance but they are undeciphered. So, how they can play the importance the wetlands in with regard to the rural areas specifically.
Yeah. So, since many of the rural places have been declared as Ramsar sites, if they have enough, like Renuka Lake in Himachal Pradesh, that's the smallest Ramsar site in India. And it was a tourist resort, and it has just one tourist bungalow there. And the villagers used to wash clothes around the banks and all those things. So when it was taken as a Ramsar site, now it is well taken care of and it is being sustainably maintained. So uh, many places lately I had visited a wetland maintained by Pepsi. The Pepsi has to maintain the water budget. That means whatever amount of water the Pepsi or Coca-Cola or any other company takes for filling the bottles, the same amount of water they should be able to recharge in the ground. And in that village, I found that there was a lot of waste and all, although there was a site maintained by Pepsi, but there was a lot of waste and it didn't look like a sustainable wetland. So in rural people have to be educated about maintaining their wetland. So although the government is trying and the private companies are trying to maintain, but there is still lot of lots of ways people are throwing their garbage in the wetland. So we have to make people aware, as you are becoming aware after this workshop and this talk. Similarly, I think it is our duty to encourage the weaker section of society and the rural people the importance of wetland. So the awareness has to be brought. That is what I feel. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
I want to thank our panelists, our student, for this wonderful discussion. And with this, I would like to turn to highlight main points of this talk. So, as Fayaz Ahmed sir discussed about the investing in the, he highlighted the point that we are investing in the non-living things, but we should invest in the living things like these wetlands and Delhi, which has this river Yamuna and the Ganges, this network of wetlands. We should preserve our wetlands. And this DDA and Delhi University is doing wonderful work. And Dr. Rita Khosla has wonderfully mentioned that these days, like this wetland day, this is a reminder to take care of our wetlands. And she shared her information about this Ramsar Convention and the importance in a very simple and understandable manner. And we are also thankful to Dr. Ashish Yadav, who mentioned how these constructed wetlands, where these plants are a vital component, we can use this technology in addition to the natural wetlands, and we can preserve our environment. So thank you all for this wonderful question and answer session and this wonderful talks. So I would hand over to Saurabh. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Devender. As we committed earlier from during your photographic competition of the Parimandal Society, so it's time to announce the result of the photographic competition.
Arya?
Is the screen visible? Okay, so this was the event for the photography competition. In that is the competition, and within the theme of nature and environment. During this competition, we have received a number of entries, and but due to some copyright issues, we have discarded some of the photographs. So, with the help of several judges involved in many activities, they decided to analyzing the results. So we are very much thankful to all the judges. So these are the list. Mr. YB is a documentation officer and play a very significant role in then Dr. Lakshmi, Professor and PhD Trivedi, Assistant Professor Lady Irwin, and Dr. Nikhil, Assistant Professor Zakir Hussain. So we are very much thankful to all of you because it was really hard to decide the result because we have very nice photographs from all the participants from different colleges and institutes. So thanks all of you for your time and inputs. So this is the third, this is the photograph which won the third prize, titled Food and Happiness, and it is awarded by the Aditya Yadav. He is a BA English honor student from Zakir Hussain Delhi College. And after that, the second prize for photograph is very inspired. The student is Mehak Saurabh, BA English student of Motilal Nehru College. And actually there is a tie between two photographs, and another second position held by the adorable nature. Subhash Kumar is a BA program student of Zakir Hussain Delhi College. And after that, the first position is held by the healing power of nature. Wazia Muzaffar, become a student of Sri Aurobindo College. So it's a big round of applause to all of your students and especially for the winners. So all the winners can get their e-certificates through email in due course of time. So many congratulations all of you.
Why are you writing that? What does that mean?
Of universities.
So, after announcement of these results, now it's the time for vote of thanks. So it's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, Dr. Saurav Sonwani, on behalf of Department of Environmental Studies and Permanent Society, Zakir Hussain Delhi College, would like to say thanks to our Honorable Principal, Zakir Hussain Delhi College, Professor Masroor Ahmed Beg sir, for his permission to organize this event. We are indeed grateful to him for his constant motivation and support in organizing such event through departmental activities. We are grateful to our honorary member of today's panel discussion, Dr. Fayaz sir, Scientist YVP, Dr. Ashish Kumar Yadav sir, Principal Scientist CSIR, IMMT, Bhubaneswar, Dr. Ritu Khosla ma'am, Retired Associate Professor, Zakir Hussain Delhi College, to enlighten us with their knowledge and experience on this World Wetland Day. We are also very thankful to our panelists to solve queries and questions of all the participants. I'm sure this event will give us a new direction to think about this subject. Thank you once again to our panelists for their precious time in this event. I would also like to thank Coordinator Department of Environmental Study, Dr. Ratnam Kolvattal ma'am, for her guidance and support to organize such event. We are also thankful to all the participants from the different colleges, universities, and institutes for their active participation in today's event. I also wish to express my deep sense of gratitude to all members of Department of Environmental Studies and member and volunteer of Permanent Society for actively participating and contributing in smooth conduct of event. So thank you all once again for being with us this evening. So officially, we are closing this session. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you everyone for joining us for this group panel discussion on World Wetland Day. Can we have a photograph together with videos on?
Yes, ma'am.